space that's comfortable and centered and strong and supportive for you. So walk the feet a little bit ahead of your knees and come forward in your chair so that you can use that core to lift long out of your pelvis. Now let's just take a few cleansing breaths, coming to the here and now, breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Let's get present with who and how you are today. Take a little quick inventory about how you're feeling right now, physically, in your mind, body as well. And then just begin to center down into your own self as you invite the eyes to close and continue with that tour of the inner landscape of your body, just noticing if there are areas of tightness or tension, or if you feel a little off balance in certain places. Wiggle around until you feel like you're secure in this space. Begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, even breathing. Even count with the in breath. Try an even count with the out breath. Even if you want to put a pause at the beginning or in the middle of the breath. The Navy SEALs say that they do the 4 by 4 by 4 breath, breathing in for a count of 4, pausing at the top of the breath for a count of 4, and exhaling for a count of 4. Creating that sense of strength and stability. When you talk about this idea of impermanence and being able to actually embrace impermanence rather than resist it. So coming back to that welcome everything, push nothing away. Patanjali, who wrote the Yoga Sutras, reminds us that the most pleasurable things in life are often the most difficult in the end, because eventually we have to let them go. And whether that can be to the highest degree a loved one, or other things in life, just a yoga class, just a job, a visit, a vacation. We're familiar with the idea of impermanence. Every breath we take reminds us of impermanence, the in breath and the out breath, and letting it go so that the next breath can begin again. So in everything there is a beginning, a middle, an end, and a chance to begin again. Buddha says impermanence is the nature of human condition. The nature of human condition. This is a truth we know in our minds, but tend to resist in our hearts. Change happens all around us all the time, yet we long for the predictable, the consistent. We want the reassurance that comes from things remaining the same. And then Heraclitus says, you cannot step into the same river twice, for other waters are continually flowing on. So that idea of having that continually flowing on is the part we can embrace. There'll always be something next, that rebirth. So the Satanama meditation reminds us of that beginning, middle, end, and rebirth. So if you'd like to join me, bringing the index finger and the thumb together with the Sa, beginning, birth, middle finger to thumb, Ta, life or the middle, thumb to ring finger, death or the ending, and thumb to pinky, rebirth or begin again in anything you do. If you'd like to join me when it feels good and right for you. It's a beautiful meditation. We're going to do it for just a minute or two. So exhale fully, inhale. Satanama, switching fingers with each one. Satanama, Namo. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Last one. Satanama. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And let's chant the sound of Om together just once. Inhale fully. Om. Even the sound of Om has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Ah, Om. Bow your head to honor your practice. Today, now, in this present moment. Lower the hands down and blink your eyes open. All right, let's just get a little movement in the head. So turn your head side to side, nice and easy. Use your breath. With your exhalation, sweep your chin over to the other side. When you're ready to take that next breath in, sweep your head the other direction. Pausing at the top, the middle, or the end of the breath. What do you find in your own practice that works for you? But in everything, there is a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a chance to start over again. I used to have a saying at my desk. It said, begin, the rest is easy. One more time. And then come back to center. Bring those fingertips onto the shoulder. Rotate the shoulders. Beginning, elbows up. Middle, exhale back and down. And end. Begin again, inhale. Middle out to the side and end. Again, beginning, inhale. Middle and end. One more, inhale. Exhale and down. Hands down by your side. Prepare as you begin, and then inhale, middle. Come to the end as you reach the fingertips together. Lengthen, and then exhale. Begin again, lowering the arms down. Two more as you begin. Inhale, arms up. Find that end point, and then turn the palms away as you exhale. One last, begin again. Inhale. And exhale. Roll the shoulders out. And one more, inhale. Reach the lower fingertips down on those left hand, reach the right arms up and crescent over towards that side. Let's lift and lower just a few times. Inhale and exhale. What do you notice about the side body, the ribs? Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Now rotate the torso toward the earth. Look down toward the earth. Reach the fingertips forward. Stretch across the back right ribs. And then twist back to center. Lift up, open the arm out to the side. And lift the heart space up. And press the palm of the hand back and away from you. Feel that opening where the chest and the shoulder connect. One more breath. And then lower that arm down, roll that shoulder out. Feel the heat. Feel the ending of that posture. Notice what you notice when the ending occurs, that release, that exhalation, that letting go. And then a chance to begin again. Take the other side up, inhale. Exhale, crescent over towards the right. And with the breath, breathe in and lift and lengthen. And exhale as you crescent over. And again, inhale. And exhale, crescent over. And then turn the torso towards the earth. Find that stretch across the back, left ribs. As you inhale, lift back up, open that arm out to the side into a big Y, and then press it back to what's comfortable for you. Lift the heart space up just a bit. Take your eye gaze up. Big stretch from where the arm connects to the shoulder. Now prepare for that ending, that release. So take a breath in, and with an awareness, release that arm down and notice what you notice. Or to roll that shoulder out. Good. All right, hold on to that great big energy ball, imaginary ball. Look between the center of the ball, lengthen. Draw the belly in and gently twist towards the right. Take the ball with you. Keep your eye gaze focused on the center of that energy ball. Take it as far as feels good in your body and is good for your spine. Then inhale, lengthen, draw the belly in and twist back towards center. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, twist towards the left. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out towards center. One more time. Inhale, beginning. Exhale, the middle. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale back to center for the end. And then begin again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left, middle. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale in. Take a breath in, lower the arms down, notice the release in the lower back and the spine. Take your feet out wide. Press the hands into the thighs and hinge forward. A stretch in the inner thighs. Press the feet down to the earth. Press the hands into the thighs. Use that to lengthen. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, hinge forward again. Hold here for the inhale and the exhale. And as you're ready, press back up again. Now take that right hand, turn the palm up, place the forearm on that right thigh. Left hand comes on the left hip. So as you press the forearm into that right thigh, use that to help you lengthen your spine. And then as you're ready, twist open just a little bit to that left side with the left elbow pointing back behind you. You can stay right here or slide that left thumb up your side body, reach the arm up overhead. And some of you may want to bring the upper arm in line with the ear for extended side angle. That's a little twist, a little crescent, forward folding, puts everything together. Now can you turn your head down towards your right palm? And then turn your head just a little bit, look at your left bicep, upper arm. And one more time, look down at the palm. And look up at the bicep. And bring the head back to center. Lower your hand back down to your hip. Press your right hand into your thigh. Lift back up and make some big circles with your torso. In and out. Go the other direction. Nice. And let's begin again on the other side. So left forearm on the left thigh, right hand on the hip. First, press that forearm into the thigh to lengthen your spine so you're not collapsing into it. Draw the belly in, and then rotate that right elbow back and behind you a bit for an open heart twist. Slide the right thumb up the side body if you choose. The upper arm can come straight up overhead or over in line with the ear, or it can stay right there on the hip. And then look down at that left palm and turn the head, look up at the upper arm. Lower back down, looking at the palm, and back up toward the upper arm. And last one. So we're consolidating the neck that we already warmed up, the twist, the forward fold. and then come back to center. Lower that hand back down and press your left hand onto your thigh, lift back up, and then realign that spine again. So nice circles with the torso. One of my favorite things to do in both directions. Good. All right, and you find your blocks, put your blocks right in front of you, and put the feet on the floor and bring the soles of the feet together and take the knees apart into Baddha Konasana feet or cobbler's pose. Hopefully this is okay on the sides of your feet. Press the hands into the thighs to lengthen. And then if it feels good and safe for you, hinge forward just a little bit to accentuate that stretch in the outer and inner hip. Notice where you notice the sensation. The spine should be long. We're leading with the heart, lifting up and over. Keep pressing the feet gently in toward each other. And then press back up, full breath in, and exhale, hinge forward again. Good. And lift back up, bring the knees back together and just rotate them side to side a little bit. I was wanting to do weights, and I forgot to mention that if you have your weights available, it'd be nice to do some weights. Do y'all have weights? Does anybody not have weights? So if you have a one, good. Okay, thanks, Emilio. 1 or 2 pound weights. Do you have your weights nearby? Go ahead and take a second to go grab those. Sorry about that. You can use water bottles or soup cans, just a little bit of weight work. Do you have some, Judy? Yeah, okay. All right, good. Okay, Susan has Susan Francis went to get hers. Susan Appletree has hers, and Anne went to get hers. All right, so while we're waiting, well, we'll wait for them. You're on a hunt, Susan? You have to go to a different room. Closing the blinds. All right, let's start with our wrist. Okay, so you can just rest the right hand on the thigh and take the left arm and cross it over it, okay? So that there's freedom for some movement. And the actual movement is just a lifting and lowering of the wrist. So this is really going to help the strength of the wrist. We're getting into, unfortunately, ice season, so we need to keep our wrists strong. Nobody's going to fall, but if you have to hold on to something quickly, you want to keep those wrists and forearms nice and strong. And this movement is going to help strengthen the forearm as well, which tends to get really weak when you don't do something specific for the forearm, like carrying things, picking up babies, carrying books, groceries. Let's do 3 more. 1 and 2 and 3. And then can you hammer it? So imagine you're trying to hammer. So the palm is facing toward the midline and you're nice and slow and easy, nice and slow. With weight, slow is more effective. So boring, but more effective. And you feel that little bit of movement and heat building up in the 1 more. All right, let's switch sides. So now the left hand is on the thigh, right hand is hanging over. Just lift and lower that wrist. So when we're not bearing weights on our wrists, like in downward dog, tabletop, things like that, we're not building as much bone mass. So this is to make up for not being on tabletop, not doing downward dog in the yoga class. So this will make up and help build those bone cells by creating some resistance. So if we want to get all the benefits of yoga, building bone cells is one of the benefits. So we can do that with the weights. All right, a couple more. You feel some heat building up in your forearm, hopefully. All right, now hammer it a couple times. A little different movement. The weight, hammering. Good. Nice and easy. Okay, last one. All right, and the arms down by your side and scoot forward in your chair and walk your feet a little ahead of your knees to get that core work. Some of you may want to stand up and do this, which is absolutely fine. It'll increase a little more core strength. So we're going to just do some bicep curls, fingertips to shoulders, and then take the arms, keeping the elbows locked into the side body, take them out to the side just a bit. So we're going fingertips to shoulders and then out to the side. So we're getting both insertion sides of that bicep muscle. Every time you bend the elbow, give yourself a little Popeye muscle squeeze, and you'll get a twofer. You'll get a little bit more benefit from the work that you're doing. So squeeze that bicep muscle, not the hand around the weight. If you squeeze the hand around the weight, you're just going to get sore hands. If you squeeze the muscle as you use it, you'll get more strength in that muscle. All right, one more each way. Good. And then turn the, keep the elbows locked in, turn the elbows facing forward, turn the arms facing forward with the palms facing down. And can you just lift and lower the arms to halfway point? And this is, again, going to work those forearms a little bit. We're just lifting up to the halfway point, trying to really work those forearms. Those forearms, if you keep the forearms strong, your hands will be stronger. All right, because you don't have any muscles in your hands, remember, it all comes from the wrists and the forearms. So what we need to do to keep our hands strong, if we keep our hands strong, we'll keep our shoulders strong and safe, because our shoulders won't have to do the work that our forearms and hands should be doing. We're all connected, right? Two more. One and two. Whew, I felt that for sure. All right, now roll the shoulders back and press the palms away from you and hinge forward just a little bit. All right, so it's like this in your chair. And then press the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together just for a second. Good. And then release it, but not past your butt. Don't come forward of your butt. Press back, squeeze a little bit together, and release. Press back, gently squeeze, and release. Take your time with these. This is working the triceps muscle. Squeeze and release. If you feel anything in the shoulder, don't go back quite as far, or don't squeeze it together. Press back, gently squeeze and release. Press back. See how my knees are bent to support my back? Back, squeeze, and let's do three more. Back, squeeze and release. Back, squeeze and release. Good. Release the weights, do some hand movement, roll the shoulders, bear claws, gentle fist fling, bear claw, gentle fist fling, circles with the wrists, play the piano, all that stuff you know to do with your hands. Shake it out. All right. Now, if the shoulders are open to this, come to goal post. So the elbows are as much in line with the shoulders as feels safe in your shoulder. All right, palms are facing out. Now we're going to bring palms facing your face and the arms out in front of you. And then open the arms out to the side again, palms facing forward. Elbows forward, palms face you. Elbows out, palms face away. Good. If you can give a little squeeze of the shoulder blades, you'll get a bonus working those shoulder blades, that rhomboid muscle. That helps keep your heart lifted so you don't get into a kyphotic state all rounded, which then increases your risk for fall. All right, method to our madness here. Two more. Open, and last one. Forward and open. Good. Lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders out, holding on to the weights now. Just some gentle shoulder rolls. All right. Now the 45s. Now this one, listen carefully, because what you want to do is take your arm out to a 45-degree angle from your body, but lower than your shoulder. It should not go higher than your shoulder. And then if you choose, you can internally rotate. So thumbs press down, thumbs come back up, and then lower the arms down. You can do one at a time if that's better. 45, lower than the shoulder, internally rotate, so you're dumping the cup of water out, and then refill that cup of water. All right, there you go, good. And you're rotating from the top of the shoulder, not just rotating the tops of the arm, the forearm bones. That's what the radius and ulna do. It turns, but if you can rotate from the top of the shoulder bone, you'll get a little bit more work on your rotators. Okay, a couple more. You decide what's best for you. One at a time, rotating or not rotating, and last one. This is going to build muscles and bone cells. Good. And then roll the shoulders out. All right, bring the weights onto your thigh bones now, above your knee. You can test this. You don't have, this is not a have to, but we're going to lift and march the right foot up and hold. We're going to work the hip flexor and lower back down and the quadriceps. Lift and hold. If this is not fun for you, you can release the weight. If it's not challenging enough for you, you can put both weights on the same leg and then switch them over. Just keep swapping back and forth. All right, last one like this. And then lean back in your chair a little bit if you're having any lower back discomfort. So we're going to lift the knee up, press the foot out, lift the knee up and lower it. Lift the knee up, press the foot out, lift the knee up and lower, really strengthening these legs. The last thing you ever want to not be able to do is sit up on, get up out of a chair on your own, right? So this is going to help with that constant ability. None of you guys are anywhere near that, but why not start getting those muscles, keep those muscles strong. All right, let's do 2 more each leg. Lift up, extend out, lift up and lower, next leg. Let's keep these weights a little handy if you're bored, need something to do. Last one. Oh, there you go. All right. That's going to be good for you, Susan, because it's non-weight bearing. Susan Francis, before your knee surgery, you know, it's non-weight bearing, but it still strengthens those quads and hip flexors, right? Okay, let's set the weights off to the side. And let's do your sit stand. So the feet are behind the knees. You're going to use your hands on your thighs to help press up, hands on the chair, or hands are going to cross the chest. When you sit down, you shift the weight to the heels of your feet. Slowly send your sitting bones down with control. No sound, no plop. Hinging forward, nose over toes, press the feet into the earth, come to standing. Shift the weight to the heels of those feet, send those sitting bones back, sit down without a plop. All right, get about 5 or 6 more of those in. Your homework is to get up to 30. And then to see how many you can do in a minute would be a fitness test. And I want you to blow the socks off your trainer or your doctor or your physical therapist. Yep, I can do this because of yoga. Oh, all righty, good. And once you've done that last one, stay standing. Good. And then let's just all release that lower back with the little loose coat sleeves, empty coat sleeves. Feel it in the, notice what you notice about the lower back. Switch your feet if you're tweaking your knee, don't tweak your knee. All right, and then slowly slow that back down. So with a lot of our movement today, we want to be thinking about beginning, middle, and begin again. Beginning and middle and begin again, to embrace that cycle. All right, and the little things that we do, if we can start with our physical body, embracing that everything that we need to do physically is a beginning, a middle, and then there's an end to it. So if you hold a pose, if you're starting to maybe start swimming or taking a walk, right? There's a beginning, middle, and end to that. But there's always that chance then to begin again. So once it's ended. So we're going to start with just a little bit of forward folding with pranam. All right, so facing your chair, and that again, last week we did the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or you can use your blocks. If you remember, we kept our knees bent a lot, kept the spine long, sitting bones were sent back. If you're going to use the blocks, your hands are going to be on your thighs to support you, to your shins, and then to the blocks. A lot of bend in the knees. You can also use the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. So choose which thing you want to use for today. I'm going to use the back of the chair. All right, come to your mountain pose. Find the beginning. So the feet are connected, your foundation is strong, you're ready to go. Setting yourself up mindfully, preparing. All right, so inhale, begin. As you exhale, bring the hands to the thighs, the back of the chair, or the blocks. Come to the middle. Hold for the inhale and hold for the exhale. Lift halfway up, still in the middle here, and then exhale, forward fold to the end. Bend the knees a lot, hands on the thighs or the hips, root down through your feet, come to standing. Find that chance to begin again. Reach the arms up overhead, palms together and hands down to the heart. Inhale, beginning. Exhale to the middle. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, coming toward the end. Bend the knees a lot. Lift up to standing, begin again. Inhale, the arms overhead, palms together and down to the heart. One last time, inhale, beginning. Exhale, the middle, the journey. Come halfway up, check yourself. Exhale, coming to the end. And the hands to the thighs or the hips, root down through the feet, come to that chance to begin again. Reach the arms up overhead, palms together and down to the heart. Make the feet wide, stand laterally to your chair, whatever side the chair is on. Come to your goddess legs. Feet are at a 45-degree angle, tailbone points toward the earth. Reach the arms up overhead if you feel balanced, or hold on to the side of the chair. Bring the arm or arms to goal posts like we did in our weights. Roll the shoulders back, palms face forward. As you inhale, find that length and stability. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the knees over the thighs. Come to that middle place. And then inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. And exhale, goddess. One more time. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Bring the hands onto the thighs in goddess legs and bring your right shoulder towards your left knee. Stretch across the back right body. Come back to center, go the other direction. One more each way. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. And then press the feet into the earth. Hands come together, lower down to the heart. And can you heel to walk your feet back to center? Good. All right. Taking a warrior two stance. Take a nice wide stance again. And you've got a balance prop to help support you should you choose. We're going to start taking the left toes towards the front edge of the mat and kick that right heel back a little bit. So the side of the foot is parallel to that floor. Tailbone is lengthened toward the floor, not sticking your hips way out. So lengthen that tailbone. And collarbones are going to face the front of the room. Press the hands into the chair or the hips as you lengthen. To exhale, just take a gentle bend to the knee, keeping the arms right where they are to start. Look down at your legs, make sure your inner thigh is using its muscle energy to open up so that it's the knee is stacked over the ankle. And then as you're ready, if you feel safe, you can hold on to the chair or release and look over your right finger, your left fingertips. So this is our beginning. And we're going to come to the middle, lowering the right hand down to the chair or the thigh, and then externally rotate your arms so your palm is facing up, And take that arm up overhead, gaze between the hands as you reach and lengthen. So open up, come out of the pelvis, lift up out of the pelvis. This is your middle. And then come to the end, back to warrior two, strong and stable. And then begin again, straighten the knee, lower the arms down, eye gaze faces forward. So let's do that as a flow. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, warrior two, beginning. Inhale, come to reverse warrior. Back hand comes down, front hand reaches up to the middle. Exhale, come back to warrior two, the end. And then inhale, straighten the knee, lower the arms, bring the eye gaze forward, begin again. Last time, inhale, begin, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior, find that length, lift up out of the pelvis. Middle. Inhale, come to warrior two. I'm sorry, that's probably your exhale. And then straighten the knees, begin again. Holding on to your balance prop, turn your toes, all 10 toes facing forward. Holding on to the balance prop or hands on the thighs, we're going to just hinge forward, supporting our weight on the thighs. Only need to go as far as feels safe and comfortable for you. Take a nice breath in and wobble the pelvis side to side, slowly getting a stretch on that inner thigh. Slowly taking the right hip towards the right, and then the left hip toward the left. Come back to center, soften the knees, press the hands into the thighs, lift up, and bring your feet back to center. Heel to walk, or just walk your feet back to center, shake your feet out. And Amelia's already ready to go with cross crawl, aren't you? Opposite arm leg movement, good. And then if you got the knee thing down, cross over to the shoulder. And then if you choose, we're going to go knee, knee, shoulder, shoulder, cross over. Knee, knee, shoulder, shoulder. Slow as fast or fast as you choose. Your practice, your choice. The heart rate up a little bit. One more series of knee, knee, shoulder, shoulder. Good. Resetting that neurosystem, right? All right, let's go to the other side. So you'll either want to turn around or move your chair or keep the chair where it is, depending on where you like your balance prop. I'll turn mine over. All right, so take a nice wide stance. Holding on to the balance prop with one hand if you choose. Turn your right toes forward and kick your left heel back. Collarbones face forward. Nice breath in, hands on the hips, or holding onto the chair, take a bend to that front knee. Make sure that knee is stacked over your ankle, collarbones face forward, sweep the arms out to the side. Gaze over your front fingertips, beginning. Stay here in the beginning for a while. Sometimes in the beginning feels like forever, right? When you're ready, lower the back hand down, reach the other arm up. Palm faces, look right in the middle of your hand. Here we're in the middle. What's the middle for you? Sweep back out now to the end. Maybe the end is good sometimes. Maybe you're ready for something to end. And then begin again. Straighten the knee, eye comes forward. Feel the release. Now with the breath, inhale, beginning. Exhale, middle. Inhale, end. And find that release. Come back, begin again. One more time, inhale. Middle. End. Begin again. Last one, begin. Middle. And warrior two. Arms lower, begin again. Turn the toes facing forward, find a way to bring the feet back to center, shake it all out. All right. Okay. Thing I want to do is a series of tree pose, all right? And it looks like this. I'm going to have the chair on my right side. So we're going to start by, getting yourself your foundation set. So how do we do foundation? Our feet are connected to the earth. Belly draws in, the core is strong, the drishti is set. All right, those three things: foundation, core, drishti, before we do tree. Shift the weight over to that right side and turn that left knee out to the left side, but don't let the whole pelvis rotate. Just take it out as far as that thigh bone is willing to go. Then we'll bring our hand, the left hand onto the heart. And then keeping the foot where it is or lifting it up to the ankle or the calf as you reach your arm up overhead. All right. Pause here for just a moment. And then we're going to lower the foot down and then bring the hand to the heart. And then start again. All right. So the way it's going to go is beginning is the foot will slide over. So the knee opens, beginning. Middle, the arm, the hand will, the knee slides, the hand comes to the heart. Middle, the arm reaches, the foot lifts. End, the arm lowers, the foot lowers. Begin again, the hand on the heart. The knee slides. Middle, the arm reaches up overhead, the foot lifts. End, the arm lowers, the foot lowers back down. So let's move this with the breath. Inhale, hand to the heart, the foot slides. Stay here or reach the arms up overhead, the middle. The end, the arm lowers, the foot lowers with nice wide stance. And then begin again, hand on the heart. Begin the knees, the foot slides to the knee. Middle, the arm lifts, the foot lifts. End, the foot lowers, the arm lowers. And then the hand comes to the heart. Last time, the foot slides to the ankle. Arm lifts, foot lifts. Arm lowers, foot steps out. And then come back to your starting point. And we'll try the other side. All right, so bring the hand to the heart. Take that that right knee out to the right side. Take a breath in. Stay here or bring your foot up to your calf. Right arm reaches up overhead, holding on to your balance prop. Press the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Find your balance here. And then we'll lower the arm down, step that right foot out to the side. And then bring the hand back onto the heart. All right, so take a breath in. And slide the foot to the ankle. Foot comes up onto the leg, arm reaches up if you choose. Lower the arm, step the foot out to the side. Hand comes back to the heart. One more time, inhale, foot slides. Exhale, arm lifts, foot lifts. Inhale, lower the foot, step the arm down. And then just slide the foot back, bring the hand to the heart. Bring both hands to the heart, pause for just a moment. Think of a time in your life when you had a beginning, a distinct beginning, middle, and end. Chance to begin again. Or something that might be coming up that's a beginning, middle, or an end. It's where you are along your journey. Okay, let's come down onto the floor into constructive rest. So have your blanket. Oh. They doing okay?
Kathy, I don't know if you saw my email. I have a 12
You have to
o'clock.
leave early?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think I'll do
All
it
right.
now. It seems a good time.
Okay.
See you
Okay.
next
Thanks for
week.
letting me.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right. So here we're coming closer to the end of our practice. The beginning, we're sitting, the middle, we're standing, the ending, we're on our back. So even a practice has a beginning, a middle, and an end. All right. And then let's just bring one or both knees in towards the chest. And if you like to use a strap to support your thighs, behind your thighs, if that's more restful for you, go ahead and use your strap and just rock side to side a little bit. In your lower back, I think of as a beginning, middle, and end, the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, the beginning of the spinal cord, the middle and the lower end of it. So see if you can't bring some awareness to all parts of your back. If you need to take away a blanket so that you can, you're not going to get the cervical spine, obviously, to reach the ground, but the upper back, if maybe you can snuggle the shoulder blades, get a little motion in the shoulder blade, draw the knees into the chest, feel the middle back and the lower back really rounding into the mat. And then take it over as you lower your legs down a little bit, you can get the pelvis and the tailbone a little bit more, just a gentle rocking. Bring sensation to all parts of your back. Good. And then bring the hands on top of the knees and take the knees away from each other as you begin to row the legs. I like to keep the toes pointing in the direction of each other. A little bit of connection there. And then take those legs the other direction, draw them towards you, take them out to the side and push them away from you. Towards you, out to the side and push away. One more time, towards you, out to the side and push away. Good. Lower your feet down. And hopefully you have a block nearby. If you don't worry about it. But if you have a block or two, place them under your feet and come into Baddha Konasana. So put the feet on the blocks and then take the knees away from each other as the soles of the feet are connected. And with the feet up on the blocks, it helps the top of the leg bone settle into the pelvis a little bit more easily. But if that's not comfortable for you and you'd rather have the blocks used to support your thighs, under your thighs, that is completely an option. You choose what works best in your body today. Bring the hands onto the belly. Feel the breath. Find the beginning of the breath as you breathe in for a nice count of 3 or 4, and then feel the hands sink back down. Find the end of the breath. Let's find the middle. So breathe in for a count of 2, 3, or 4. Pause at the top of the breath. Find that middle part of the breath. And then as you exhale, release the breath all the way to the end. And you pause again at the end of the breath as we begin again. And inhale for a count of 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top of the breath, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause again, 2, 3, 4. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top of the breath, neither breathing in or breathing out. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause to one more round. Inhale. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhale. Pause. And then just find your natural, normal breath. All right, take your hands to the sides of your knees. Use your strength of your hands to lift the knees up. You can keep your feet on the blocks or on the floor, whatever you choose. But just bring the right knee into the chest. If you want to use a strap around the right thigh, please feel free to do that. We're going to do Baxter Bell's slow breakdown of the Vinyasa flow number 1. All right, so a strap or just the hands on the thighs, your choice. And then we're going to extend the leg up towards the sky and bend the knee again, just getting a little range of motion in the knee, a little length in the hamstring. So as you inhale, lift the leg up, press out through the heel of the foot. Take the leg only as far as it feels okay in your body. But think about the things about rooting your pelvis down toward the earth and using that root to lift and reach that foot up towards the sky. Every time getting a little more length, a little more stretch. Feel the work of the quad as it helps you to straighten that knee up. And then next time your foot is straight up, press out through the heel of the foot, lift and spread the toes a little bit more. And then use your strap or your hands to externally rotate the leg just a little bit. So it's still pointing at 12 o'clock. So it's straight up, but we're just going to rotate from the top of the thigh bone just a little bit. So now not the leg, but just the toes are now pointing toward about 1 o'clock. A little external rotation without taking it out to the side. That makes sense? And then come back to center, bend the knee again, and take that right leg out to the right side, using the strap or your hand underneath your thigh with your elbow as a kickstand. You're going to extend the leg out to the left, out to that right side. So just bending the knee and straightening it a few times. And I would really love it if you remembered this series, because this is not that you should do what I do, but this is always the way I start my yoga practice, is just starting to slowly stretch and lengthen my leg muscles, waking up my hips. It just feels really good. And your body will tell you what it needs as you start moving through things. You're taking your time with this because we're trying to get a little more extension each and every time. The next time you find your leg out nice and long, really press out through the heel, and then try again another little external rotation with the leg fully extended and out to the right side from the top of the leg bone. See if you can't get a little bit of external rotation. So your heel is pointing up towards the sky and your toes are pointing closer toward the earth. Just a little, not all the way, but just a little bit. Really changes things up. Good. And then come back to neutral, bend that knee back to center. Now, if your back is okay, extend your left leg long. As you cross your right thigh over your left thigh, right buttock comes up off the earth, and the right shoulder reaches for the earth. If it doesn't, you don't want to torque your spine, but I'm going to just keep it off to that side in that direction a little bit, and start to extend your leg and bend your knee. So this is getting a whole different side of your leg, that outer thigh. You're using the strap or your hand is underneath your thigh on the internal aspect of your thigh, and your elbow, your left elbow, is a kickstand. Or you're doing both. Next time your right leg is crossed over your left leg and extended, leave it there, flex your foot, lift and spread your toes, and try a little external rotation. Just play with the muscle energy you have to see how strong and isolated your muscles, your leg can be. It's just a little tiny little external rotation, maybe a 1/4 of an inch even, just to fire up some different muscles. Good. And then bend that knee, come back onto your back, and do a nice full body stretch. So extend your legs long. Reach your arms up to wherever is comfortable, out to a V or out to a nice T or up overhead, and stretch and lengthen. Press out through the heels of the feet, open and close your hands. Now, can you open and close your hand really quickly on your left and slowly on your right? So open and close real fast on the left, real slow on the right. And then switch real fast on the right, real slow on the left. And can you point and flex your toes at the same time? All right, enough of that nonsense. Lower the arms down, bend your knees, rock the knees side to side, the spine in good alignment, and then bring that left knee into the chest. Start to extend the leg long and bend it. You're using the strap or the backs of your hands. You're just lifting that heel up towards the ceiling and bending it again. And then next time that leg is extended long, leave it there. Press out through the heel of the foot. And then see from the top of the leg bone if you can do a little external rotation, not taking it out to the side. You're keeping it lifted up toward 12 o'clock, but you're just rotating the whole leg slightly to the left. Just changing up the muscle feel. And then rotate your leg back to neutral, bend the knee. Put your hand or the strap behind your thigh as you take your left leg out to the left side, using your left elbow as a kickstand, and then start to extend that leg out to the left side. You can make your right leg long or keep it bent, whatever feels better, but you are trying to keep your hip points pointing toward the sky, not rotating and lifting that right buttock up. So don't go out as far if it creates some imbalances in your pelvis. If you're feeling sacroiliac discomfort, you can always take your right leg into a Baddha Konasana to help balance out the weight on your pelvis so that right knee is bent and out to the side. That creates a little more balance in the pelvis. All right, stay here or see if you can leave it long and extended, and then try a little bit of external rotation in that leg if you could. Hold it there. Maybe you can let go. Nice. And then bend the knee, bring it across the chest. Take your right hand and reach for your left leg, pull it across your body. Right shoulder reaches for the earth, but it doesn't have to be there. And the spine is only going as far as feels good in the spine. And then go ahead and extend and bend your left leg, pointing it over toward that right side. I'm using my right hand as a kickstand, my elbows on the earth, or you can use your strap. Each and every time trying to get a little bit more extension, a little bit longer. Take your time, there's no rush, nowhere else you need to be right now. All right, next time that leg is extended, leave it extended, and then try a little 1/4 inch external rotation, and just notice how that changes the feel in that leg and that glute. Your body is a laboratory. You can kind of play around with it a little bit. Good. And then bring that leg back to center, knees into the chest, rock side to side. Good. All right, lower the feet down and take the arms out to a T and the feet as wide as the mat. Gently rock those knees side to side. Next time the knees are over on the right, leave them there. And if you choose, take your awareness to your right ankle, right ankle. You're gonna bring the right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh, just to gently pull that left thigh down toward the earth to stretch out through the hip flexor and the quad. If that's too much, don't do it. Keep the feet connected to the earth. If your ankle is on your knee, release it, and then slowly lift the top knee followed by the bottom. Rock back and forth. Put yourself back in the center, and then take your feet wide again. Arms go out to a T. Rock side to side a couple of times. Make sure the spine is long and level. And then when you're ready, take knees over to the left side. Keep the feet flexed to support your knees. And then if you choose, take your awareness to your left ankle. And the left ankle lifts up and presses on gently to the right thigh bone, right above the knee. But if that hurts anything, release it immediately. Try to breathe into the hip flexor, into the waistline, into the quad of that right side. And then release the ankle. Lift the top knee followed by the bottom knee. And draw those knees into the chest. Notice how the back feels. Let's do a couple bridges just to kind of realign everything. So bring your arms down by your side and snuggle your shoulder blades under your back. Bend your elbows so your torsos or your hands are across your torso, your palms, and come on the heels of your feet. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, but more weight on the heels of the feet. Knees are hip distance apart. As you're ready, press the backs of the arms and the heels of the feet into the earth and gently lift your pelvis and torso up off the earth. Pause here for just a breath or two. Slowly lower back down. And then as you're ready, press the feet and the backs of the arms into the earth. Maybe lengthen your tailbone towards your heels and lift the hips and torso. And lower back down. Let's do that one more time. Backs of the arms and heels of the feet. Lengthen the tailbone towards your heels and lift your hips and torso. Notice what that does for your lower back. One more breath. And slowly lower down. Nice full body stretch. Breath in. Full open mouth breath out. One more full rich breath in. Open mouth sigh. Then lower the arms down and come to your Shavasana. Make sure you're warm enough. Feet can be splayed. Knees can be supported with a blanket or the blocks. Knees bent with the feet apart, pigeon, knees resting on each other for a little bit of support. Find something that works in your body that feels good. Once you get settled in, I just have a beautiful poem by Donna Fold I'd like to read for you if you're looking for something to meditate on. It's called Precisely Where You Are. There is no turning back, you know. Once the soul is awake and the voice of spirit beckons, there is only one direction. Of course, the route may look a bit circuitous. Yes, it may look as if you move every which way but forward until you see the broader view. The one that shows you with arms thrown wide, embracing absolutely everything, your long stride carrying you to the exact spot on which you stand. The path to truth moves through some quite peculiar landscapes, and there are times you'll swear you're going nowhere. But if you try to iron out the twists and turns and make it all into a perfect straight and narrow walk to the finish line, think how boring and predictable that would be. Where you need to be right now is here, just here, precisely where you are. Begin to come back into the space. Enjoy a full, nourishing breath in. Take a long, leisurely, slow breath out. Again, awaken back into the space, wiggle in your fingers and toes. Gently turn your head side to side, stretch and reach in whatever way feels good in your body. When you're ready, roll over onto your side and press your hands into the earth. And come to a seat that's comfortable for yourself. The hands are available. Bring the hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. I hope you take some time this week to think about different beginning, middle, and ends in your life. If you can embrace that whole idea of impermanence, know that there's that chance to begin again. Bow your head to honor your own practice. And then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste.